What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Warzone Weekly, your up-to-date weekly news on everything Call of Duty and Warzone. Myself and Morton that way, and
Hello.
we're going to give you everything you need to know. All killer, no filler. Let's get into it. What we got today? The playlists for the last week of Warzone. Very last week of Warzone, they are giving you Caldera, all your modes, solos to quads. You've got Plunder quads. You have Fortune's Keep quads, and you have Rebirth all from solos to quads. Which, to be fair, I think they're giving you a decent range for your final week. If you're still on there, I think most people are probably on Modern Warfare 2, leveling all their guns up for Warzone 2. But I'm sure there's still many people playing Warzone at the moment, which they will only be playing until the 16th of November. Which is the release date for Warzone 2, and they take Warzone Caldera offline on the 16th until the 28th when it comes back. So if you are, for some unknown reason, a hardcore Warzone fan and do not want to play Warzone 2, you can play Warzone again on the 28th when it comes back as Warzone Caldera is what it will be called, and you'll just have Caldera and that is it. And you'll have just your base modes, solos to quads. That's all you're getting. And that's it. That's your last week of Warzone. And then now the actual exciting news. The roadmap for Season 1 of Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2. So on the roadmap, we have your new map, Al Mazrah, which is your new map for Warzone 2, and your DMZ modes, which is your evac modes, which actually seemed quite interesting. They had the big event yesterday that Call of Duty hosted. They invited a lot of top Call of Duty and streamers, and they also invited a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? Tarkov players. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
I've seen some very positive and very not positive things. I know Shroud came out and said that he wasn't happy with DMZ being compared to Tarkov. But Tarkov's such an extreme in that category. Tarkov is the top bracket of that category. It's like the highest level.
Yeah.
DMZ is always going to be a slightly faster paced Call of Duty style.
Yeah.
But I'd be interested to give it a go, see what it's like. But that'd be interesting. Your new Gulag. Obviously, you have the old one. I don't know why they have to put new Gulag. Bit strange, but there you go. You've got your new Gulag, which is 2v2, which I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like it should be a 1-on-1. 2v2, which is you and a random pairing that's also dead at the time. You can choose to take out your opposition, or you get somebody called a jailer, an AI, drop in the middle of your fight, and you can kill him, take his key, and then you make your way to the door, and if you do that, all 4 players get released back into the game. Which again, I've seen a lot of hit and miss things about. Some people really like the idea, some people don't. I still think it should just be a straight 2 people enter, one person leaves. Was never a fan of the flag system, the overtime flag system. Just look, one person lives and leaves, one person doesn't. But look, it's different, and I'm interested for something different to give it a go. New vehicles, helicopters, the Hummer EV. There's loads of new vehicles though, loads. If you jump onto the Call of Duty blog, you'll see the huge list of vehicles that they've got. Armoured vehicles, helicopters, electric vehicles, boats, helicopters that don't need a pilot to hover in the air. Like they've gone all out on vehicles. It'd be interesting to see what the health's like on a lot of different ones of those. Like, are they going to take 1 rocket, or are they going to take 24 rockets? I'd be interested to see. There's a load of new features which are coming, which we'll take a little look at. What are they calling it? Aqua Combat. Yeah, you can shoot in the water. I don't think he's I don't think they needed to really put that in. If you played Modern Warfare 2, you know you can shoot in the water. I did see a cool thing earlier though. If you are a Juggernaut and you get in the water, you get the machine pistol, the new fully auto pistol. You get that instead of a regular pistol, which is quite fun. Loads of new features come in. You have the CDL Mosh Pit coming, which they've listed on there. New co-op mission. New mode, which is Raid, which is like a conclusion to the story mode, I think, which is what they're listing that as. Shoot House and Shipment. And then we have the new Battle Pass as well. New Battle Pass system, which we will cover in just a minute. A couple of new operators coming at the start of the season and the middle. You've got 2 new weapons at the start of the season. Then you've got 2 new weapons in the mid-season also. Your new operators, you got Messi, Paul Pogba, and Neymar, which I'm sure many people will purchase. I won't be one of them, but I'm sure many people will purchase them. And then this is your items for the mid-season also. You got new operators, new packs in the store if that's your thing, and then another 2 new weapons. So, what else do we have going on? Take a little look. So we have loadout drops also. Loadout drops are going to be very interesting now. They're going to change up a bit.
Yeah, so they finally did make sure they listened to everyone and actually put loadouts back in the game, because everyone said this is what makes Warzone Warzone.
So much hate.
Yeah. But I noticed that they used that sort of line. They said that like loadouts are what makes Warzone feel unique, and that's what we talked about before, like off stream.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're back, but they are slightly different actually. So there are going to be loadout drops, but they're going to be mid game as a public event, and they're not designated to you or your squad. There is no, this is my loadout box, these are where my guns come from. Anyone can walk up to that box and open it and get their loadout from it, which means you're going to have all sorts of free-for-alls and people camping boxes and all that sort of thing.
Are going to be big.
There's no right to a loadout anymore, because people can just sit there and watch them if they want to. Or
box campers, we're looking at you.
Yeah,
we know you're there.
You can still buy your primary weapon. I notice it says primary weapon only. It doesn't say anything about others.
But I suppose, so it says you can buy your primary weapon. Do you reckon that's going to be your? So you know, in Warzone at the moment, you can have your favorite. You can select a favorite loadout that you sort of like spawn in with and stuff. Yeah. And you can get from your special loot boxes at the moment as well. Yeah. Do you reckon you can have a favorite weapon and then that's the only primary you can buy? Or if I have 10 loadouts made, can I have the option for all 10 primaries? It'd be interesting.
I think that's my understanding of it. I think that you have your loadouts as they were before. You have like your 10 loadouts, and I'm guessing the primary will be the top one, and it will just give you that one gun. So depending what you set as your primary, you might be able to get a sniper straight away. I guess it depends what their sort of rules are about it. They haven't specified yet, but you can get a primary weapon without having to go to loadout. But I think to get your both guns and semtexes and all that sort of thing, you would have to, go and get one of these loadout boxes that are now absolute free-for-alls.
We don't know how many of those there's going to be either. That's the other thing, right?
Yeah, it did say limited. It said limited amounts of them and unrestricted. So
I'm assuming they're not going to disappear. It's been confirmed again. There's 150 people per match, same as on the original Warzone. And yeah, like if there's 150 people, do you get 40 boxes? Do you get 10 boxes? Yeah, that's gonna be interesting though.
Yeah, I'd like to know how many uses there are of them, or is it sort of the same as it was before, where if me and you were playing duos and we both use a box and we both got our loadouts now, does it disintegrate like it used to and just disappear?
Well, it might just be non-interactable.
Yeah.
For instance, you've opened a loot box, you can't open it again. Maybe it'll be like that. But then on the old one, if you went to the gulag and come back, you could use it again.
Yeah.
If your teammates were alive still.
Yeah.
But maybe you could use a different loadout box. You couldn't use the same one, but you can use any of the loadout boxes now, right? So maybe you can just go to a different one.
There's a lot of questions around it, really, because also, are they going to appear on the minimap like they used to? Because if they're now all sort of, you can use any of them.
50 loadout boxes on your minimap.
Yeah, they might all show, like, they can't all show up with an icon, so that's interesting. The other thing to note is that if you don't fancy getting into an absolute brawl in the middle of the open for a loadout box, you can do the AI controlled strongholds that they've talked about previously. And you go in there, you clear out all the AI, you get a loadout drop. I think it might be guaranteed. And then you also get a black site key if you're the first one to do it. And then the black site key also gives you a loadout. So you have that option where you're like, if you want to drop on the edge of the map and do the stronghold away from everyone and get a guaranteed loadout and then go hunting, you can do that. And then you don't have to get into messy fights for loadouts. But I think it's different things for different people. Like, there's ways to get loadouts now that aren't just buy it or find it. Like, there's a few different things. So I think it's all good to me, really.
Yeah, I'm gonna be very interested in the loadouts specifically. But we've got what 6 days to wait.
Yeah.
Which I'm very excited for. We will be live playing Warzone 2. Warzone 2, yeah. I got myself confused then. We'll be live playing Warzone 2 on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you name it, we'll be there. So hop down to the link in the description below and come check it out. And the other thing for Warzone 2 is going to be the circles, the gas circles. So at the moment, your gas circles close down, like they either go to middle, they go to left, right, up, down, and then your final circle shifts. But now, before you get to that final circle, that circle can split in up to 3 sections. Doesn't like, it's not standard per game. Each game's going to be different, but it can be up to 3. So there's going to be three circles and gas in between them all. Depending on how much gas there is, you might be able to travel through that with a gas mask. You might not. If not, you might be separated out from your team. So you might be in a 1v6 up in this circle, but your team are the only people in the other circle. So that's going to be quite interesting. I think there's going to be a lot of interesting plays that you get to see, interesting ideas that people come up with. Are they just going to grab 2 stims and a gas mask and then make their way through the gas? It's going to be very interesting. That's quite an exciting new feature that I'm looking forward to. And then Modern Warfare 2, which I am assuming that everybody is on at the moment, is getting Shoot House and Shipment. Which Shoot House, take it or leave it. Shipment, it will infuriate you to no end, but you will get your camos done. And then when those new guns come out in the season, at the start of the season and the mid-season, you can grab them and you can get leveling in Shipment. And looking at the new leveling system for the Battle Pass, we're going to take a look at that actually right now. So your Battle Pass, that is going to be completely different to before. Before, you went from levels 1 to 100 and just notched your way up the belt. But now, it's no longer a linear section. It is going to be, from what this says here, instead of a linear stream of tiers set out in a scrolling row along the bottom of your screen, your Battle Pass takes the form of a multi-sector map. Players will unlock items using earned Battle Pass token tier skips across the map, which is themed within the current season. Each map has at least 20 sectors, with 5 items in each sector. Tokens can be used either to unlock adjacent sectors or earn more items within the unlocked sector. So you're gonna, rather than earning tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, but every time you would normally earn a tier, you'll get a token and you can select which section you want to unlock something in, which is great for a lot of people, especially when the guns that are in the Battle Pass, you can just unlock. You can just target them. You get your tokens, and you can just target at those, and you can unlock those. Especially a lot of guys, JGod, True Game Data, people like that. Within 1 or 2 days of a new gun coming out, they'll let you know if it's metal or not. So if they come out and tell you this gun is unbelievable and you need to grab it, you can get it fast because you just get a couple of battle pass tokens and you target that and get it as fast as you can, level it up. So I think it's a really good system. If you're not a fan of if you're not a fan like me, I don't get any new skins, stuff like that. So I can really select what I want first and then just pick them up at the end when I've got spare tokens. So that is going to be very interesting. And then you've got CDL playlists coming in as well. The CDL playlists, if you're a competitive player, you like a competitive multiplayer, then it's going to be very good for you because that will get you a nice warm up for the ranked playlists that are coming in mid-season. The ranked playlist, I believe. That'll be. I'll give them a try, but it's probably not going to be for me. I am a big fan of competitive Warzone. I am not a big fan of playing competitive multiplayer because I am not good enough. I am not that cracked out, and I just can't do it. But it will be fun, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of good tournaments on there as well to watch. What I am very excited for multiplayer is hardcore mode, which is now being called Tier 1. Comes out at the start of the season, November 16th, same day as Warzone, which I will be using to get the rest of my camos. Because you try and get long shots, something like that, and it takes 4, 5, 6, 7 bullets to the head for some of those ARs. Whereas I can play hardcore and one shot, job done, how I like it. I like it. For me, hardcore is the best section because it's about reaction times rather than who has the most powerful gun. Like at the moment, trying to level guns, you've got to use the shit guns to get to the good ones because they just have a very strange leveling system. So if someone's using a more powerful gun, you do lose a lot of gunfights at the moment. But hardcore in 6 days, so that'll be very exciting. And to go with the CDL playlists that are coming out, the CDL first major is on December 15th, which we're excited to watch. It's always very good. I'm really excited for the season that's coming up. December 15th, the first one, that all weekend. I'm sure it will be live on Twitch and YouTube and everywhere else, being streamed by multiple people. So definitely grab onto that. And at the moment, that is all of the information that you need to know. So guys, thanks for checking it out. We'll see you again next week for everything else you need to know when Warzone 2 is out. We'll catch you next time. See you later.
Bye-bye.